This is a TalkStation original podcast.
This past weekend, Carteret County was well represented by the West Carteret Marching Mariners. And joining us this afternoon to talk about that event at the Cherry Blossom Festival, to be exact, we have Andy Wright, who is the band director for West Carteret High School. And with that, Andy, good afternoon. Thanks for joining us.
Good afternoon. A quick correction: we're the Marching Patriots.
What did I
not
say?
The Mariners.
Did I say Marching
Mariners?
Oh,
That's all right.
Unfortunately, you can tell that I grew up on the other side of the river. But anyhow,
That's all right. We won't hold that
Marching
against
Patriots. Yes, I got the Mariners on my brain. All right, thank you, Andy. You're very gracious to stay with me on the phone. I'll tell you what. For ladies and gentlemen, if you do not know competition, East Carteret and West Carteret, and then throw in Croatan, the band competition in Carteret County is significant. And Andy, I know you know this firsthand. So the effort on the part of the band members, the color guard, and of course I've got to go into the issue of the band directors themselves, yourself, the work that's gone into that. And I think anybody who has attended any of the parades and seen the trucks that follow the parade, usually follow the bands in the parade, will understand there's a lot that goes into a high school band, isn't there?
Oh yes, there's a ton.
I mean, you've got major trucks, 18-wheelers that are carrying material.
Yes. Yeah, we've had our trailer for about 20 years, so it's starting to show its age. If you notice, some of the decals on the sides are starting to come off, and so we got to make it pretty again here soon.
Now, I'm assuming that was that trailer went all the way up to Washington for the Cherry Blossom Festival.
It did.
Okay. Let's talk about this event, the Cherry Blossom Festival. And again, we're talking with Andy Wright, band director for the West Carteret Marching Patriots. Thank you, Andy. When did you get notification that you had been selected for the Cherry Blossom Festival?
So the application process, about a year ago, I applied around, I guess, beginning of March. You have to send in photos of your uniforms, color guard, costumes, flags, how many members you have, past accolades. So it's an application process, video, the whole nine. We found out about mid-May that we were selected to participate. So for me, I was just thinking, okay, this will be a great spring trip. It's second semester. We don't do marching band second semester. We're in concert band mode from about, really November through the rest of the year. And so second semester, our classes are split into 3 different classes. We have a younger concert band and then an older upperclassmen symphonic band, and then our color guards in a separate class. So I just thought we would do what we did at the Veterans Day Parade, same music, just dust it off and maybe do a rehearsal or 2 after school to put it together and go to Washington and be a great trip. But then in January, the producers of the parade called me and they wanted us to be the headliner band and wanted us to put together a Macy's-style production, a Macy's parade-style production, if you've ever seen that.
Right.
And guarantee us a minute, 20 seconds of national TV spotlight. And so that kind of upped the ante a little bit and put the pressure on. But, of course, we agreed to do that and kind of set the wheels in motion. We had to pick another piece and come up with a theme and have drill written and have special music written. We ordered custom costumes for the flags for our color guard and custom flags, and so we came up with this cherry blossom theme. We're at the Cherry Blossom Festival, so why not do a cherry blossom theme? So we we had these cherry blossom tree props, as you saw in the video, and those beautiful costumes and flags. So that was that we put all that together, and which was a challenge to do during concert band season and across three classes. So after our MPA, which is our music performance assessment, we started working on the music, got it memorized during class, got drill written, started learning it during class, and we only had, I want to say, 6 after-school, 1-hour rehearsals after school to put all the elements together leading up to last weekend. So it was kind of like a microwave. We would learn the material in class in separate classes and then put it all together in these short after-school rehearsals. And the kids did an amazing job. They were focused more so than I've ever seen them because they knew we had very limited time putting everything together. So I couldn't be more proud of how they represented.
Oh, there's no question.
Yeah, we talk about they're not only representing West Carteret, but Carteret County, Morehead City, and the state of North Carolina. And they did a great job.
By the way, you mentioned the state of North Carolina. Were there other bands from North Carolina in the parade that you know of? You may not know.
No.
Okay.
There were 11 total bands, bands from all across the country, Arizona, Alabama, Georgia, just to name a few. We were all kind of lined up, and I tried to catch, on their banners where they were from. I could look up in the program, but those were just a few that I noticed that were in the lineup kind of near us.
Let's start with the total number of band members. How many band members, and that would include color guard?
Yes, we took 116 to D.C. We had 2 students not with us. One student, he wasn't with us because he was selected to the North Carolina All-State Jazz Band, and it was the same weekend, and we wanted to make sure that he had that opportunity because he's an incredible jazz student. He's a freshman and was first chair in the state, and actually the only student from our East region to make the All-State Jazz Ensemble. So we were super proud of him and missed him, but he got to do his thing too. So,
all right. So 116. How many in the color guard?
We had 14 with us
Okay.
This past weekend.
Well, the reason I'm asking these numbers, anyone who's done marching, and I did it both in the band and the military, needs to understand the precision, the amount of work. You mentioned the term focus. That's not something that you just throw together very quickly. You're being observed for maintaining your sequences and all of this structure associated with the marching aspects. That's something I'm wondering, is that as a result of the previous semester's work in marching and the fact that you had done all these parades and so forth? Was that a big help? Or is this a unique group of people that you have this year?
It's kind of all of the above. We focus on fundamentals, both musically and visually. Obviously, in the fall, we do all the visual stuff with marching in the fall, but we had to do more of that. Obviously, this past month, and spent a lot of time working on feet and time. I always ask the kids, "What's the number one rule in marching band? Feet and time." And I couldn't find anywhere on any of the videos where anybody was out of step. So,
no.
And that's always, as a band director, you're always like crossing your fingers that nobody's out of step. So yeah, they were locked in, as the kids say these days.
They were. And of course the other aspect of this, and again, my experience in the military, they have a tendency teaching them to glide. That's a difficult activity when you're marching. I mean, not bouncing up and down, but literally gliding forward. That takes a certain degree of physical stamina.
Yeah, we talk about we don't want to hear your feet in your sound.
Right.
If they're stomping around, you're going to hear that. You're going to hear that in their instruments, and so it takes a lot of time. And with so many kids in the group, me being by myself, it's difficult to catch every kid and give every kid individual feedback.
We're talking with Andy Wright, the band director of the Marching Patriots at West Carteret High School. Just because I was trying to get him to go over the other side of the river, but that's another story. No, Andy, the other aspect of this, and not only did you get a lot of buy-in, obviously you got a buy-in from the students, you got a buy-in from the parents too, did you not?
Oh, yeah. So we took 42 parents with us, which is probably the most in quite a while, at least over 10, 15 years as far as traveling with us. And that just makes my job easier as far as logistics and taking care of the students and making sure that they have a safe, fun trip. And our parents were fantastic, from just the hands-on, chaperoning as we were traveling around, going to the different Smithsonian's and the monument tour. They had to stay in groups of 8, and they were assigned a specific chaperone for the entire weekend. Those parents were fantastic. But then also all the behind-the-scenes folks that are, working on our website and helping with our hotel accommodations. We took the train to D.C., so working with Amtrak and ensuring all of our travel needs were met. It truly takes an army, and I have the best parents around, so I could not be more thankful for them.
You actually segued into one quick question before we wrap it up with you. Obviously, the excitement for the youngsters to be in Washington, D.C. You arrived when, and then what did you do in the interim between the arrival and the part of the parade?
So we got there. We were supposed to get there around 3:00 Friday, but the weather was just terrible. It rained the whole way, and so that delayed the train. So we arrived at 5, and then it was still just pouring down rain. We were supposed to go over to Arlington National Cemetery and see the changing of the guard, but it was just the weather just didn't cooperate for us to do that. So we actually checked in the hotel first, and then we went to a kind of an event restaurant where they had ping pong tables everywhere, so the kids could kind of have some fun and have some dinner before our big day on Saturday. And so that was Friday night, and then we did the parade all Saturday morning, and then Saturday afternoon, Smithsonian's, Saturday night dinner and monument tour, and then Sunday morning we got up and did just a quick tour of the zoo, the National Zoo, before we hopped back on the train to come home. So it was we tried to pack it in.
You think you did? And you weren't exhausted Monday when you got to school, were you?
Adrenaline was kicked in because of just all the support from everybody here, just all the online support, and we got the sheriff's department met us when we crossed over into Carteret County and gave us an escort back, and had parents, clapping and cheering for us as we pulled back in. So it really made the kids, feel special. So
that's an understatement. Congratulations, and they are special.
Yeah.
Andy Wright,
thank you so much.
Well, Andy, congratulations to you. Kudos to the youngsters.
Thank you so much.
Well, that's something. They focused, as you said a few moments ago. You said they were locked in. That's impressive, and they obviously cared enough and recognized the value of what they were doing, not only for the school, but as you just said a few moments ago, for the county, for the state. And I think West Carteret High School and the Marching Patriots have a lot to be proud of. And so do you, Andy. Congratulations to you.
Thank you so much. And if there's people out there that want to continue supporting us, either through volunteerism or financially, check our website out. There's ways to get involved. We'll never turn any help down. WestCarteretBands.com.
Outstanding. Andy, thanks again for your time. Have a great day.
Thanks.
And
Thank
I
you
hope,
so much.
I hope you get some some rest this week at some point.
Well, spring break starts Friday. We have all-county band tomorrow and Thursday, so no rest for the weary.
Absolutely
But
not. Well,
Friday is coming. Can't come soon enough.
outstanding. Well, best to you, sir. Take care.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. That's Andy Wright again, the band director for West Carteret High School Marching Patriots. I got that right.